The reverse retro program is probably one of the most successful sweater programs in NHL history. They dropped it first time around unexpectedly. We didn't know what was coming. Well, this time we were prepared and they dropped it. All 32 teams, reverse retro 2.0 time. So you know what we got to do, right? Tier list time! Hey, hockey fans, welcome back. Welcome in if this is your first time joining us for Today in Hockey. I'm Josh, this is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Thursday, October 20th, 2022, and that's right, we got a late night tier list reverse retro 2.0 edition on Today in Hockey. We're going to get to that in just a moment. We're going to go through all 32 teams, get my thoughts on all these jerseys, because I tell you what, a lot of these are fantastic. Some of these, not so much. So here we go. We got NHL.com, gave us all 32 on a platter. So go ahead, take a look, absorb these, bring them in, because we're gonna be ranking them. In the meantime, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a ton. We're just getting started with this hockey season, but you want to make sure you never miss a video, and you want to be a part of the best hockey community on YouTube after all, because you guys are the best. I appreciate you. So while I was talking, hopefully you guys were taking in these jerseys, because boy, we got some beauties. But all right, without further ado, let's get into it. Our tier list. So the tier list, I'm sure for those who are familiar, you know how this works, but top to bottom, best is on top, worst is on the bottom, S, A, B, C, D, and last and least, F tier. So we're going to go through all 32 teams. We'll give some tidbits on each one and give you my thoughts and let you know whether or not I'm going to buy it or wait on these ones. So first up, Anaheim Ducks. We're going to start it off with a bang. They are S tier, absolutely. I love what they did. They brought it back. I would love to see some eggplant in there, right, if this is supposed to be a true reverse retro. But I love what they did, the white with the orange. Honestly, I think this is the direction they're probably going to be going with down the line for their home and away uniforms. They're going to start leaning into this logo. I really hope so. Man, I'm excited for this one. This is an absolute must-have for me. As soon as they launch the pre-order link, I'm going to be grabbing this one. And we're not going to go through each jersey super in detail. You know, we're not going to blow up a big picture. If you guys are curious, I always check out my friends of the channel, Post to Post. We got TW Hockey. There's a lot of really great channels out there that go through these jerseys in depth. Aesthetics is a really great one that I really have enjoyed recently. But Post to Post, man, he is a great guy, and love his channel as well. So definitely check those guys out if you want in-depth coverage on all your sweaters, jerseys. I heard them called Tarps today. Love that one. So all right, let's get back into it though. Arizona Coyotes, they went a little outside the box. I really like what they did. I know a lot of folks are going to be putting these S tier. I'm actually going to go A tier here, and I'll tell you why. I'm being a little cynical with this. So initially, I love the jersey, right? And the picture here doesn't necessarily do it as much justice. If you look online, that orange is super vibrant. It looks fantastic. But I gotta be honest, someone mentioned Arizona State's colors, and I understand that Arizona State's not orange, but I did kind of have a little bit of a flash, like, oh man, did they do this just as a part of this marketing ploy, you know, since they're going to be sharing this arena? So I'm going to slide them into S tier just to be a little cynical, but I do think the sweater looks fantastic. I debated on pre-ordering this one, not with a name and number, but just blank, just to have, because I'm afraid this one might go quick, but it's a beauty, absolutely. We'll put her in A tier. All right, the Pooh Bear uniform, Boston Bruins, the Pooh Bear sweater. It's definitely S tier, and the one thing that really separates it, speaking of Post to Post, he called this out in his breakdown on Twitter, the shoulders. Man, the shoulders look so great on this one. So they're bringing back the Pooh Bear, and they have the shoulders. This is one that I absolutely want to buy. I think I got to get this one with McAvoy on the back, get a name and number for them. Man, that Pooh Bear, he is so cool. All right, the Buffalo Sabres, the goat head. Man, I know a lot of people are really pumped about the goat head. I'm going to put the goat head into tier A, and I'll tell you why. It's the colors, right? I know these are the Sabre colors, and this is what their sweaters are now, but To me, the goat head is the original. The black, silver, red. I love it. I can't wait till they drop that one this year because they're going to be wearing that one as well. I'm actually going to be picking up that one instead of this one, but I absolutely understand why people really love this one. I am tempted to put it into S tier, but A tier works for us. All right, Calgary Flames. So this one's really interesting. I'm surprised to see this one being a little polarizing on Twitter and across social media. I thought everyone was just going to love this one. Now, for me, let's go Oilers first and foremost, but I understand what they were doing. The nostalgia is really cool, and I get that. But for me personally, it doesn't really pluck on those heartstrings necessarily. It's a cool jersey. It's unique. It's not bland by any means. So I'll put it in C tier. I understand why people may have it a little higher. All right, Canes. So this one, it's not really a reverse retro, right? This one is essentially a reverse of their now away jersey. So I'm not really sure exactly what they were thinking with this one, but it still looks cool, right? I like it. I'm gonna put it in C tier with the Flames. Probably could put it in B tier because I would like a Shevnikov jersey with him on that one as well. That'd be really neat. So Canes, yeah, we'll slot him in C tier, absolutely. All right, Chicago Blackhawks, I'm not a fan. We're just gonna put him in F tier. Like, come on, let's have some originality. I know you guys are struggling with the logo stuff anyway. Don't want to use the primary necessarily, but man, this one's just a miss for me. Chicago fans, you guys deserve a little better. All right, Colorado Avalanche, the throwback to the Colorado Rockies and the Colorado state flag. This one's another one that's very interesting. If you check out Greg Wyszynski's article, definitely check that one out. Absolutely wonderful. He also went through each jersey and gave little tidbits, nuggets, and deep dive on each one on ESPN.com. Definitely worth the read. He had this one fairly high, and on other lists, I saw this one kind of low. Folks are saying it looks too much like the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I get that, absolutely, but I still like it. I'm gonna put it in A tier. If I remove the Blue Jacket stuff from my mind, I think this one is one that's gonna grow on people more and more. The colors in particular, you can't really see the yellow on this, but it almost gave me like Thrasher vibes from the past. So I like it. I'm okay with that. We'll get to the Thrashers in a little while here. Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to put it in F tier. I'm going to put it in D tier. I think this is another one that's going to grow on us if once we see the entire uniform as a set, right? We see the sweater, the pants, the socks, the helmet. I think everything will look a lot better, but the jersey on its own, I mean, come on, we want the cannon, right? We wanted the cannon. All right, the Detroit Red Wings, this one is very interesting. If you would ask me right away when I saw these drop, I would have put it at the bottom because it's up there with Chicago, right? Just the stripes, like, what are we doing? Now, if we're comparing it to last year's, this is definitely an improvement, but I did see the full release with the Captain C on it, and that Captain C, my goodness, that takes it up a couple notches, absolutely. I think this is one that in person is going to just look fantastic. I might have to pick up a Soderblom jersey, absolutely. All right, Edmonton Oilers, let's go Oilers, baby. I'm putting it up here. Give me it A tier. I'm not going to go S tier all the way because I do think maybe they could have done a little bit better with it maybe, but I'm a fan of the McFarlane gear. For those not aware, this logo was originally designed by comic book artist Todd McFarlane back in the 90s when he was minority owner, part owner of the team, and so they brought it back. They tweaked it a little bit. I'm definitely going to pick one up just to support the team, absolutely, but yeah, A tier for the Oilers. All right, here we go. We're getting into some polarizing ones now. The Florida Panthers. Now, this is just a personal ranking. No qualms or anything like that. I'm going to put this in A tier just because the light blue, the baby blue, isn't my favorite color out of all these, but this is going to be fantastic. This is going to pop. I'm probably going to pick one of these up. I've been wanting to get a Panthers jersey to round out the collection. That's been a little bit of a hole for me. Matthew Tkachuk, name and number on this one, wouldn't look too bad, so we're going to keep our eyes peeled on this one. But this one, the internet, social media, people are absolutely loving what Florida did, and I commend them 1,000% for taking chances with it. All right, LA Kings. So spoiler alert, I did pre-order this one. I'm actually going to put this one into A tier as well. I didn't necessarily fall in love with the jersey. I think this is going to be a fantastic sweater in person, and I love reading the details. Greg Wyszynski pointed out that Adidas was able to do a lot more raised detail, more 3D imaging on these logos, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this one in person. That purple, the gold, the white. The Kings have never done this Never done a jersey in this exact way, so this is very exciting. I did pre-order this one, just a blank, no name and number, but this one I'm very excited to have in the collection. Minnesota Wild, all right, we're going to put them in B tier. I think this one is a great jersey. It's a great sweater, right? But they didn't really do too much. We knew what was coming with this one. Throwing it back to the North Stars, absolutely, good for them. The Montreal Canadiens, the Habs, so I'm going to put them in B tier as well. Now, I know a lot of people are loving the Expos callback, and I do too, right? I love baseball, absolutely. But for myself, again, the baby blue, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It's a nice change of pace, and this one I'm sure is going to look fantastic as well. I'm really excited to see what the full get-up looks like. All right, Nashville Predators. This one, honestly, I'm more disappointed that they went with the yellow. I'm going to still put it in B tier because that logo is fantastic, but man, why not take the chance and go with the navy? The navy was so cool. What could have been, absolutely. New Jersey Devils, we're coming, baby. I love what they did. I'm going to put them in B tier, though, because, again, I want them to take some more chances. The logo, sure, it looks great. It looks clean. You know, that blue outline around it is going to pop, you know, on the ice as well. But, man, we could have done just a little bit more. The shoulders, the sleeves, you know, I like the additional colors in there, the throwback to the Kansas City Scouts. But, man, just left me wanting just a little bit more. All right, New York Islanders. This is another polarizing one. For myself, the jersey itself is kind of basic, right? Just on the face of it, they got rid of the wave, and we didn't have all the fun that we were hoping to get. But then a closer look at the logo and the detail and the raised details that they were able to get out of this one, this is a really cool jersey. I'm going to slot it up with B tier as well. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up. I feel like you kind of just have to have this piece of history because the Islanders aren't really known for leaning into it. But for right now, we're going to be on the pause. All right, New York Rangers. I really like this one. I'm going to put this one up in B tier as well. This one is so cool. They threw back to Lady Liberty, right? Did we put Lady Liberty up behind us? No, we've got 4 reverse retros here, but Lady Liberty is not one of them. But they just put her in normal Ranger colors. This one I think is going to look fantastic on the ice as well. All right, Ottawa Senators. I'm going to put you guys in C tier, leaning towards B tier a little bit because I love the numbers. But man, if we could have just done something a little more with the middle, even just made that center striping white, that big chunk white, because this is a cool reverse retro. At least you're on theme, so we love that. Flyers, Philadelphia Flyers. I want to put you guys in F tier because, man, these jerseys, these sweaters are just, they just don't do it for me. But I saw a tweet, and my goodness, they're wearing pants in the warm-up. So for every game that they're going to be wearing these, they're wearing these pants, and the pants, they look fantastic. So I'm going to slot them up in D tier just because I want a pair of those pants. I doubt I'll be able to pick them up, though. All right, Pittsburgh Penguins. I really like what they did here. They call back to the Robo Penguin. We're going to put them in A tier as well. It seems like the fans are really excited for this one. Didn't pre-order this one, but this is one that I will keep my eyes open for and probably will pick up at some point in the future. All right, San Jose Sharks. We've got the Sharks last reverse retro on right now. They went a completely different direction, threw it back to the California Seals, and I love what they did. I'm a history. I have a history degree after all. I'm a historian. I love the callback to history. We're going to put it into A tier. For myself, I'm probably not going to pick this one up just because I'm not the biggest Sharks fan in the world, and these jerseys are expensive. But boy, this is a neat one, and I'm sure this one's going to be very popular. All right, Seattle Kraken. Let's get this over with. I'm putting you guys in the F tier, and I'm such a big fan of what you guys are doing with the team, the players that you have on the team. Even Bowie has won me over. I am a fan of Bowie now, but man, you really missed the boat on this one. If you're going to go the route and not really lean into a former team because, okay, we don't technically have one, right? But the Seattle area, there were some really cool options. If you're going to lean into just sticking with our current brand and trying to build that, at least do an alternate logo. We saw it with the Golden Knights. They went ahead and they did their reverse retro, different color, and they did their alternate logo. So it wasn't just the same Knights logo. It was something different, something fresh. There aren't a ton of jersey options for Kraken fans right now. We've got home, away, and now we're going to have a reverse retro that is just kind of meh. So I'm sure there's history to it too. So let me know in the comments if you guys know more about exactly why they chose. I know the inspiration to the past, but man, there were just better options. Even adding the stars at the top would have been really cool. Speaking of the Dallas Stars, so I did pre-order this one. Got my Rupa Hintz jersey on pre-order. I've been waiting so long to pick up a sweater for him. This was just the perfect time. I absolutely love what they did. I'm gonna put them in A tier. I love that green. That I think they call it Kelly green, maybe. Let me know in the comments, but I just love that green. And this is another one, the logo. So Greg Wyszynski was mentioning that the logo has raised accents to make it look more 3D. I'm really, really, really excited to get my hands on this one and see what that one looks like. St. Louis Blues. All right, I'm going to put you guys in C tier because I'm just not a huge fan of the all yellow. You guys are the St. Louis Blues, not the St. Louis Yellows, but I get it. Reverse retro. Have some fun with it. I commend you guys for taking a chance and leaning into the old history, because this was just a prototype jersey from way, way, way back in the day. So big, big kudos to you guys for that. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't do it for me, and that's okay. Tampa Bay Lightning, this is another one. Spoiler alert, I did pre-order this one. It is busy, it is obnoxious, and I absolutely love it. I'm regretting not pre-ordering one with the name and number because those numbers are so unique and so amazing. I'm probably going to end up picking up another one. Maybe just having two in the collection, maybe just getting the numbers and getting them pressed on, sewn on, whatever we have to do. But the numbers look fantastic. All right, Toronto Maple Leafs, we're going from good to going to bad. My goodness, let's just slap another blue jersey out there with Maple Leafs on it and hope folks will pay for it. There's a reason that last year's reverse retro for the Maple Leafs is still for sale on the Adidas website. Do better, Toronto. This is just ridiculous. Vancouver Canucks. Now, this one's another one. I'm surprised folks are polarizing on, or being a little polarizing on this one. I'm going to pop it into C tier because I love that little logo. Don't know how I feel about the number in place of the captain's C, but of course, if you got a blank one, you wouldn't have a number. Does that number replace the number on the sleeve? Not so sure. Now, I did hear folks saying that it does look a little too much like the Abbotsford Canucks since they use that logo. But for myself personally, it's just a lack of taking a chance, right? Like you have so many awesome jerseys in your history. What about the V, right? With updated Canucks colors, that could have been so cool. So this one's more of a what could have been, the possibilities. Let's have some bravery. All right, let's end it on a high note. The Vegas Golden Knights, I'm gonna do it. I'm putting them in S tier, and this isn't me being a homer since I am in Vegas, but I did pre-order Jack Eichel number 9 Vegas Golden Knights because these jerseys are absolutely fantastic. I love what they did. They mixed there isn't a lot of retro, right, for Vegas, but they went ahead and they took a font inspired by a couple of the old casinos here in Vegas that are no longer here. That's fantastic. There's also a glow-in-the-dark element to these jerseys. Depending if it's under blacklight, Vegas will light up. You'll see stars. There's some really cool things. I love the other additions they did to the complete uniform set, the pants. I'm really excited to see these pop, hopefully in person at some point as well. I did pre-order one. This one I'm excited to get my hands on. All right, Washington Capitals. Let's do another S tier because I tell you what, this is another one. I'm just waiting for them to drop the link, and then we're gonna go ahead and buy this Screaming Eagle because it is fantastic in black. It's a great callback to the history, but updating it just a little bit. I am a big fan of what the Washington Capitals did. All right, last but most certainly not least, the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Jets, I've given the Jets a hard time for their jerseys in general, and you know what? This one, not much different. We're going to put them in D tier right here, just to kind of round things out. I won't put them in F tier because I do kind of like the color scheme, and this is a lot better than previous alternates that the Jets have done. But yeah, that's how we're gonna round this list out. Jets are gonna be in D tier. So that's gonna do it for the tier list today. Man, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. You know, let me know down in the comments which teams do you think hit home runs, which ones do you think not so much. Maybe this was a swing and a miss. I always love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. But until next time, hockey fans, I do appreciate you all. Be sure to check out the channel for more hockey content. We'll see you next time. Cheers!